Alright, everybody, I've been dying to get home to talk about this. Hawkeye episode 3. This episode is definitely the best of the series so far. I want to say it's like, I don't know, I got super excited. I want to say it's like top tier episodes of MCU Disney Plus shows. It's got good story, good backstory on some characters. It's got great comedy. And the action is dialed up a lot in this episode. And I don't know, I screamed a couple times. Like, I was excited. Without being able to say much more, we're going to go ahead and dive into some spoilers. We're going to break this thing down. Alright, so it opens up and we're getting the story of Maya, aka Echo. She's deaf. She what are those things called? Prosthetic leg? Is that the word? But she's missing either her, I think it's her right leg. It might be her left. So, and there's a person playing her father who's a great actor. And it's basically a whole lot of dialogue of him just telling her like how she's different and how she's gonna be picked on a lot, called not normal and all this. He's like, and you're just gonna have to be able to maneuver through it. And you can tell she looks up to her dad like a ton. And oh man, right off the bat, they go to this, I guess she's like in karate, kung fu, whatever type of self-defense it is. He's there, he's like, all right, well, daddy's gotta go to work, your uncle's gonna pick you up. And you're saying, who's the uncle? And like, you see this, just like this big figure in a black suit walk up and put his hand on his cheek and like give off a little chuckle. In my mind, it's 100% Kingpin. A lot of the reactors I've seen, a lot of stuff on Twitter I've seen, everyone's convinced it's Kingpin. I mean, I don't know Vincent D'Onofrio's laugh enough, but I was like, that even kind of sounded like him in my mind. But that's all we get. So I mean, right off the bat, you're just like so excited. And then you find out that Ronan murdered her father. So then you're just like, oh, this poor girl. But then we open up in the warehouse where they were kidnapped last episode. And Maya comes out. She notices that Hawkeye has an earpiece, but he's like, yo, I'm not deaf. I'm hard of hearing, so I don't know. Sign. Yeah, she gets mad. And she goes straight for Kate, like almost choking her. So he's like trying to clear Kate's name. In doing so, he gets untied, and she chases after him, and he ultimately ends up with his bow and arrow, which is awesome. They fight a little bit. He gets his earpiece knocked out. She steps on it, breaks it. Okay, the fighting was cool. He does this backflip, and he takes his bow, pulls it back, and it goes all slow motion. It goes, boom. And at that point, I was like, yes. Like, I don't think we've, other than like the Kate Bishop flashback from 2012, I don't know if we've seen Hawkeye use the arrow yet in the show. If not, it wasn't this awesome, And he's just like shooting everything, And he gets Kate free, and then she doesn't have her arrow, but she's trained in self-defense, so she gets to kick the crap out of some people, and they make it out. Big car chase. Hawkeye's driving, Kate's the one, shooting them, and you get to see all types of cool arrows that he has. There's like a gas arrow. There's like I think she called it like a Play-Doh arrow. It's like, it just makes like this, I don't know. I didn't think it was like Play-Doh. It was more like Flarp, that stuff that she used to play with. And there was like this arrow where that like grappling hooks would come out and like attached to something. There's like a plunger arrow, bomb arrows, there's like acid arrows, but there's one arrow in particular that was just like mind-blowing. This is one of the times I streamed. And he tells her to aim up and have it come down on the truck. So she does so. She shoots it up, and this whole time you're like, what's that arrow gonna do to the truck? Hawkeye pulls it out, and it says Pym Tech on it. Bro, at that point, I was like, no way. Shoots it, hits her arrow, turns giant, comes back on the back side of the truck. Oh my gosh. I've watched that thing like 4 or 5 times, just that part. It's so good. And that's also like the first, like, him coaching her in archery. So that's neat. Well, they get away, and they're like, we should probably go walk the dog. So they do so, and they kind of talk a little bit. But they also go get his thing fixed, or they get him a new one, either way. Before that happens, though, there's a super emotional scene with Hawkeye's on the phone. His baby boy calls him, and he can't hear. So Kate's sitting there, and like whatever she says, she writes down so Hawkeye can reply. Oh my gosh, I teared up. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of got me. Like, he's gotta make it back. If not, I will cry for real, probably. Draws Hawkeye a suit that she thinks that he should do, because she knows she's all into branding. He doesn't like it. It's like the classic Hawkeye costume, which is funny for them to acknowledge. But yeah, he doesn't vibe with it. After this, they decide they're gonna break into her mom's house, go through the security, and see if they can find something that ties all this together. While they're there, this is pretty much how this show ends. Like, I can't remember if she said she found something or not. Hawkeye walks into a room, and like the Ronin blade goes, like, right across his face. And Jack said something. I can't remember what he says now. It's like, you son of a gun. The cliffhangers in the show are crazy. Like, it makes me mad when the show ends. That's my breakdown, like my favorite parts. Like I said, Easter eggs, Pym Tech, for sure. They mention Avengers Compound a couple times because of the auction. Kingpin, obviously. Oh, they reference Black Widow, saying that she's the one that killed Ronin, which in a poetic way she was, I guess, because she's the one that talked Clint out of being Ronin. So that's kind of cool. I mean, there's the Hawkeye suit. I guess she like kind of named the dog Pizza Dog. Or if not, she's just like, I'm just gonna call you Pizza Dog until I name it, because Hawkeye's like, you gotta name the dog, you know. But I don't know if she actually did. All I gotta say, bro, Jeremy and Haley's, their chemistry is awesome. I love it. The whole show. It's so good. The Christmas theme helps. I mean, it's Christmas time. Christmas makes me happy. So like, oh my gosh, just everything about it. It's shaping up to be one of my favorite MCU shows, I think. Even though there's only like 4, but this is really good. I like it. So, if I did miss something, let me know in the comments, and I will comment about it. Comment what you thought about the episode. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know if y'all think that Kingpin for sure. And I'll see y'all next time.